Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today's news is about Louisiana's new anti-grooming law. It's a bold new move to protect children. It's about time. So it started on August 1st, this new law. Louisiana said, not on our watch. And it passed Senate Bill 58, making child grooming a standalone felony. So happy. That's right. So before any physical abuse even happens, if an adult is out here trying to manipulate or emotionally prep a child under 13 years old for future abuse, they can now be prosecuted and locked up for up to 25 years. So, you're probably wondering what counts as grooming. Let's be real. Grooming isn't just the creepy texts or the weird gifts. Even if it's the nice gifts or even pleasant texts. It's a calculated process where predators, they build trust in the child. They also isolate this child and they slowly but surely push the boundaries. Louisiana's law defines it as any attempt, according to online reports, any attempt to persuade, seduce, entice, or coerce a child under 13 with the intent to commit a lewd act later on. So here's a kicker. No physical abuse has to occur for charges to stick. So that is a game changer, YouTube family. It's like catching the villain before the crime scene even gets drawn in chalk. I love the proactiveness about this bill. So let's talk about the consequences for offenders, whether it's a man or woman or anyone else. If you're 4 years older than the child and caught grooming, you're looking at felony charges, up to 25 years in prison. That's a lot of time. Awesome. Zero tolerance, there's no loopholes, or oops, I didn't mean it excuses. And I'm so glad that the consequences are stringent and for the person to really feel the damages that they have placed on someone else, that they will definitely have it returned onto them. So this law doesn't play favorites. So if you're out there trying to manipulate kids, Louisiana's got a cell with your name written on it. So here's how this law protects the children. So let me put it like this. Louisiana just gave parents and law enforcement a prevention tool, not just a reactionary one. So before, authorities had to wait until something awful happened, unfortunately. And many children have emotional damage, physical damage, and they just need a lot of therapy and counseling. But now they can step in early when the red flags start flying. So this law empowers police to act on suspicious behavior. It encourages parents to report grooming signs without fear of being dismissed. And it sends a loud message that kids are off limits, period. And it's personal. The bill was inspired by Tim Gio. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Is Gioe. You can research it. So he was a survivor of clergy abuse. One moment, I'm going to close the window. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, they're mowing the lawn and it just sounds too loud. I didn't want to continue raising my voice. Okay, so let's continue. So once again, the bill was inspired by Tim Gio, he was a survivor of clergy abuse, and he bravely shared his story. And unfortunately, this is the reason why I know I went to Catholic school, and when I did hear this news of so many clergymen who had abused so many children, boys in particular, for many, many years, and this was covered up, that's honestly gave me a new um, thoughts of, people who have professional jobs, people who are in the religious sector, and, people are covering up for them. And it took place for so long, and the laws, the laws were definitely protecting many of these people until finally it came out several decades ago. Well, let's continue with this information. So his father-in-law, Senator Patrick Connick, said, in quotes, "This is not just policy, it's a promise to every parent in Louisiana," end of quotes. So thankfully, because this survivor, he spoke up, he was brave, and he definitely thought about the future children and making sure that they were protected from violators, from perpetrators. I'm so happy that this bill is enforced. So the question is, Louisiana stepped up to help and protect children. Will the other states follow? So let's be honest, Louisiana definitely has raised the bar, and when one state steps up like this, others will start side-eyeing their own laws and say, you know what? Wait, are we even doing enough? And I'm so glad that they will. So states like Texas, Florida, and Georgia have already shown interest in tougher child protection laws, thank goodness. With Louisiana's move gaining national attention, and most people are on board, the people who have integrity, who truly love children and know that they need to be protected because they're the most vulnerable, it's likely to see a domino effect from the majority of good people in this world, because no state wants to be the one that didn't act when they could have. So let's talk about how other states are reacting to Louisiana's grooming law. Even more, let's go more in depth. So Louisiana's move to criminalize child grooming as a standalone felony has definitely sparked a lot of conversations all across our country. And at a recent state policy exchange meeting, child safety advocates all across our country gathered to talk shop about grooming legislation. And let me tell you, Louisiana's law was a hot topic on the agenda. So now Nebraska has passed one of the earliest grooming laws, but it's more like a slap on the wrist, where, for example, a teacher will get fired, but the grooming isn't a crime yet. I hope that they revise and they definitely penalize not only teachers, but anyone who's in a profession where they're, amongst children, whether it's a librarian, whether it's a janitor, or anyone. In and in Indiana, they require schools to avoid hiring folks with grooming behavior in their past. Every single school should do that. And it's a start, but it's not criminalizing the act. But of course, we need to have very strict monitoring of anyone who's on these S lists or, pedophile lists. And also in 10 states, there are laws that are addressing grooming, but only 8 of these states treat it as a felony so far. So while Louisiana's law is bold and is comprehensive, other states they're just playing catch up. However, the momentum is building, thank goodness. So let's talk about some of the red flags that parents should look out for. Because we know that in grooming, it definitely escalates. We want to prevent any action before. Prevention is a real power move. We want to make sure we prevent before the act or the crime is actually carried out. So here are some behavioral signs in kids. So they're suddenly obsessed with a particular adult or older teen. So they're probably, admiring them, trusting them too much, of course. Not their fault, it's the fault of the groomer. This is what they do. They have unexplained gifts, like maybe new gadgets, clothes, or even money. Their secretive behavior. They may be even lying about where they have been if they're meeting this person or even talking to them, texting them. It's a secret. They usually tend to pull away from their family and friends. They're spending more time alone or online, isolating themselves, and even talking about sexual topics that they shouldn't even know. They could be even young elementary students or even middle school students, and they're talking about inappropriate acts. These are all behavioral signs. And also, these people, they may be even so bold and definitely skilled so much that they're even grooming parents, especially single mothers. So if anyone is overly friendly with your family or with you to gain your trust, beware of them. If someone offers to babysit your child or spend time alone with your child, make sure that you don't even allow this. That should be a huge red flag for you. Because anyone who's being too overly convenient to have time to take care of your child, you have to watch them, man or woman. If anyone tries to isolate your child from others, being even overly protective of your child, even more so than you, and anyone who even tries to downplay inappropriate behavior, saying, oh, it's just a joke, beware. Keep a watch on them and even, distance yourself from them as well. And listen to your gut. If your gut says that something is off, you need to trust it. Have discernment. And discernment, again, is our protection. Grooming, it often looks like mentorship, even friendship until it's too late. And we know that predators are very slick. They know how to blend in with other people and with society and in society. And they definitely choose jobs, again, where they're close to children. So everyone, again, Louisiana, they have lit a fire, thankfully, that hopefully will spread throughout the entire country so that states will start stepping up. Now other states are feeling the heat. Parents, educators like myself, lawmakers are definitely waking up to the fact that grooming is abuse and it's in slow motion. It definitely needs to be stopped before it hits full speed. So if you're in a state that hasn't stepped up yet, especially if you're a parent, I believe it's time to call your representatives and say, you know what? Louisiana is protecting their kids. What are we doing? Okay, so this is a personal matter that affects everyone. We don't want people to get away with these crimes. We need to prevent it. So everyone, please drop a comment and thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And stay safe wherever you are and keep your head on a swivel.